latest tragedy that struck the section of the Enugu-Onitsha expressway has prompted fresh calls for the federal government to complete the road project, which has commenced about 43 years ago. The fuel tank explosion, which happened along the road, claimed many lives, leaving several people wounded and over 15 vehicles and other property reduced to junks. Signature TV correspondent Chinemere Mikegmanam has been digging deep into circumstances surrounding Onyeama, which has ended the unenviable status of a killing field.
The 100-kilometer Enugu-Onitsha expressway appears to have assumed notoriety as perhaps the road with the longest history of abandonment in the country. The expressway, which was started by the Obasanjo military administration in the mid-70s, received some attention under the civilian administration of Shehu Shagari between 1979 and 1983, but was never fully completed and officially commissioned before the military struck again in December 1983. The road, which is a major highway connecting the southwest through the River Niger to the southeast, south-south, and northern Nigeria through Benue and Kogi states, is one of the busiest roads in the country. Yet, it remains about the least to receive federal government's attention. Realizing the importance of the road to the economy of the Southeast and indeed all Nigerians, it remained a ready campaign item for various political office seekers. But none of those who assumed political power thereafter ever thought it fit to complete the project till date. The Ugwu-Onyeama section of the road, which lies on the stretch from Enugu to 9th Mile, has remained the most deplorable and dilapidated section, causing discomfort and dislocation to thousands of its users. As a result, constant breakdowns of vehicles, especially heavy-duty and articulated trucks, often resulting in deaths, accidents, and destruction of valuable goods and property, including foodstuffs and other commodities. Behind each accident is a tale of human error, neglect, and a lack of accountability. The most recent fuel tanker explosion that claimed tens of lives is only one of the several mishaps that have happened on the road, promoting renewed calls for more serious attention to be given to the road. A member of the Nigerian Institute of Surveyors and president of 9th Mile Chamber of Commerce, Leonard Ugwu, gave an account of the road since construction commenced around 1982. He pointed at the refuse dump as the major deadly spot where most tragic accidents occur, emphasizing the need for road realignment and strict enforcement of traffic regulations.
With the bend there, the curve there, which needs to be realigned by surveyors, we can never avoid these accidents. Because it is steepy, it is curving, heavy trucks are plying that road. And we know that most of these things, when they are heavily loaded, you can have brake failures. And once they have brake failures, a lot of things happen. That's why once there's any accident, you think of our so many vehicles affected because it's descending. That is one major cause. Then secondly, I've advocated there should be line of trees at the edge of each of the lanes, like hitherto in Milking Hill. If trees are planted, once there's an accident, it can now form a wedge.
The Director of Vehicle Inspection Office, VIO, in Enugu, Val Chime, who acknowledged the poor condition of the road, also blamed human factor, especially among drivers of tankers and articulated vehicles.
The of the drivers also contributes to the accident. Most times we have drivers from faraway distances. It's an express road. Most of them, as a result of fatigue, when they get to that road, they can't be able to control their vehicle. So the best solution remains to inform approaching vehicles about the nature of the road. If you are warned that this place is slopey, and that is exactly what we are planning to do now. We are trying to establish a vehicle inspection point just before the downward slope. So as to even inspect vehicles before they go down.
Road users, business owners, and tanker drivers also share their perspectives on the common causes of accidents on Onyeama Road.
Uneducated trailer drivers are still causing it. The majority houses, many of them are taking drugs. Many of them are doing such of things for their brain to be very high. I don't know how to stop all those things. Many things are causing it. Speed is part of people is in a haste.
Very well. It's affecting our business. It's affecting because that Saturday that this thing happened, we all left. We all went home because who are you selling again to? So everybody was devastated and very angry.
But what I before, I know who's ever showed, who's ever at the shop too much. And now the other one at the serum. All of them are just called one kid because someone and cause all the ma. Nobody will get shot down, then look for shot.
For the Enugu Sector Commander of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Franklin Abakoba, the bad condition of the road is a ticking time bomb with potholes and uneven terrain, making navigating the road a nightmare.
Newly constructed lane, we have the lane that is yet to be constructed. So first and foremost, they should fix that, lane inward bound Enugu. If it was fixed, that crash that happened on Saturday ought not to have happened. That tanker driver ought to have used, his lane rather than, facing oncoming vehicles. That is one. Then two, to forestall what happened on the 25th day of January 2025, at least let us see how we can curtail accelerated vehicles using that new lane. I am suggesting that there should be a barrier by the Cochin Junction. That barrier should, be the height that accelerated vehicles will not be able to pass through. Let me also say this. At the axis where this crash, or the location where the crash occurred on Saturday, a good look of that, location, you will observe that the place is slopey. Okay. The gradient is high. So if ROCC can go back there, what we say, go back to drawing board, but no, this one is go back to site. Bring down that slope, it's doable. Reduce that height. So that eventually there is a brake failure, the driver can, be able to maneuver the vehicle.
The contract for the rehabilitation of the road, which was re-awarded to MTN in 2023, was stalled when the Minister of Works, Dave Umai, directed all contractors handling federal road projects to resort to the use of concrete instead of asphalt in the construction. The ROCC, which was executing the contract for the MTN, said it cannot bear the extra cost of using concrete, which was far above the original contract figure. There, however, seemed to be hope in the horizon for the road, following a tripartite meeting held on Wednesday between the Works Minister, federal legislators, and the MTN on how to resolve the impasse for work to resume on the road.
We hope, and that's why I want us to be covered, that the politics of this project should stop. It's not only here that politics are being played, and the contractors will go to town lobbying people to be demarketing the ministry. But it will not say that anybody in this ministry has asked you to give them a go. But some contractors just want selective treatment. And if we do that, we will destroy the system.
Stories of the Ugwu Road are replete with harrowing tales, highlighting the urgent need for collective action to mitigate risks associated with the areas, which gives it out as a scene of agony and anguish. First, for the government to resolve all issues encumbering the completion of the road. For the road users to exercise greater caution, and finally, a more effective enforcement for traffic laws and regulations by the relevant agencies to check the culture of impunity on Ugwu Onyeama Road. Chinemerem Ikebunam, Signature TV News.